we've got to play with a little more edge on offense.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. And they botched a snap there. Burkett able to jump on it. Coach Wells can't be thrilled about that either. A 3-yard loss on the play.
The EKU offense has to get in some sort of rhythm. There's a lot of inconsistency going on right now. They got to get it fixed in a hurry.
They're going to go 4 wide receivers here. 3rd down here. Burkett. Burkett's going to keep it. Lowers the shoulder. Has enough for the first down. First down of the game for EKU. A good block there by Jalen Montgomery, the tailback, to free up Burkett.
Good time in for the first down. They took advantage of the aggressiveness by the Cardinals defense. Everybody's thinking sack, sack, sack. And there you go with the QB draw, picks it up with his legs.
Longest play of the day for EKU, that 12-yard run by Burkett. Burkett with a little bit of time, but the pocket collapsed on him quickly there. He's got to get rid of the ball faster than that. Burkett 0 for 2 trying to pass the ball today.
Yeah, and one thing that offensive coordinator talked about this week was that he was concerned with Miles Burkett, his timing. He wanted him to be able to get into his reads faster, and we're seeing a little bit of those signs right here.
2 tight ends out there for them. Russell and Schlachter on 2nd and 10. They hand it off, and Louisville snuffs that one out pretty quickly and easily. Jalen Montgomery met by Wesley Bailey. A 2-yard gain. 3rd and 8 upcoming.
Yeah, if I'm EKU's offense and Miles Burkett, I'm expecting the Cardinals to bring pressure. Maybe they want to consider going empty to give Miles a clearer picture as to what the Cardinals want to do, and just you pick your best matchup.
3rd and 8 here for Burkett. Big moment for the Colonels.
They're giving that right side some protection. The tight end chipped on his way out.
Pressure coming again, and he's taken down again. The 3rd sack of the day. Clev Lubin, that's his 2nd of the day.
The chip wasn't good enough. And there it is on the left side. Again, these defensive ends are fast. And they're burning the edge. And they're making plays. And that's 2 for the big fella.
EKU forced to punt again. Jacob Baker to punt it. Colin Lacey already a 93-yard punt return for a touchdown awaiting. End over end punt. Lacey fair catches that one near the 25-yard line. Louisville in control, 21-0 here at home. Here are the top QB transfers. You see there Carson Beck, Darian Mensah, and Chandler Morris. Miller Moss among them as well. Moss, the 3rd Louisville QB since 2000 with 100 passing yards in the first quarter and a rush TD to boot. Only Malik Cunningham have done that, along with Lamar Jackson. Did it 4 times. Isaac Brown back in the game. Speaking of Lamar Jackson, he broke Lamar's freshman running record, and he gets the ball again. Picks up a nice chunk of change there. 7-yard gain for Brown. The beauty of having 2 tailbacks like Brown and Watson and a 3rd, even like Kewan Johnson, is that, you know, Brown sat out a series, no problem, no big deal.
Yeah, they keep them fresh. And that is the beauty in having 3 dynamic running backs. And again, they all have the ability to home run ability.
2nd and 3. Pistol formation. Moss launches. Incomplete. Good defense there. That one intended for Antonio Meeks down the sideline. Rashad Hentz, though, wanted none of that.
Rashad Hentz took that deep ball away. He actually was guarding another receiver and came back and made a heck of a play for his defense. Helped out his brother and Jaheim Ward.
Gabe Stevens with the pressure there on Moss. 3rd and 3 here for the Cardinals. Brown and Lacey in the backfield now. And you see Lacey flexing out. They give it to Brown. Huge hole on the right side. Burst through. Hits the gas. See you later, Isaac Brown. Touchdown number 2 today. 68 yards.
There wasn't much space for Isaac Brown, but it don't matter. He's going to do the rest. Poor tackling by EKU. 2 defenders were there. Arm tackle's not going to do it. You got to rally. You got to tackle him with great attitude and violence.
6 carries, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns for Isaac Brown. ACC Rookie of the Year, broke Lamar Jackson's freshman running record, and you are seeing it all on display here.
Yeah, Isaac Brown, you can't get that rushing title without on your own. It takes the offensive line, it takes the receivers, it takes a quarterback. It's a team effort, and Isaac Brown putting the team on his back.
Touchdown, you see the athleticism, the jump cuts there by Isaac Brown. Excellent blocking as well, Rod.
Yeah, I love the blocking because it's not every day that you find receivers that are willing to block. They're selfless individuals. They understand the agenda, and that's to win, and that's to get Isaac Brown in the end zone, and they all played a factor on that. Lacey, Skinner, and the big men up front.
Nick Keller to kick it off here. DeQuan Stanley and Jalen Montgomery set to receive. A dire situation for EKU, and they'll bring it out. Montgomery gets popped, but a flag on the play. Does not even reach the 20. Gets to the 18-yard line. Huge hit there by Corey Gordon. We'll see what the flag is about.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 34. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
And that's on Brody Wells. Tonight, after our primetime game with East Texas A&M taking on SMU, the ACC Huddle Final Score crew will wrap up the whole day. Highlights, analysis, interviews with players and coaches, and they'll have you covered, man. All good to go with Kelsey and the crew right here on ACCN and the all-new ESPN app. SMU will be an interesting team to watch this year. Jennings obviously back at quarterback. They get R.J. Maryland back at tight end after the injury last year. He was supposed to be one of their prime targets last season. Son of Russell Maryland, former #1 overall pick of the Dallas Cowboys and the University of Miami. Burkett in the shadows of his end zone, and a flag here.
Offense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
A delay of game, and it gets from bad to worse here for EKU.
Yeah, like I said on the last drive, they have to find more positive plays. You can't beat yourself. But look for them to run the football. They came out in a 12 personnel set, 2 tight ends. Got to slug it forward.
Latham now in the backfield. He brings some muscle for sure. They give him the ball. He lowers his head. Not much there. Picks up a couple.
Yeah, Louisville Cardinals defense, they knew what was coming. They lined up with 5 defenders across the line of scrimmage to prepare themselves to stop that run, and there you have it.
They'll give him 1 yard on the play. Second and 9.
I look for maybe just take a shot right here, block him up and throw it deep outside.
They hand it off again. Latham running right into the back of his offensive lineman. Gets to the 10-yard line. Again, a short run of 2 yards on that play. 3rd and 7 for the Colonels.
The EKU offense here, they have to do, first thing they need to do is give help to the offensive line. Give Myles Burkett time to find his receiver. And then Myles Burkett, you got to throw the ball on time when the pressure comes.
Empty backfield for Burkett. 3rd and 7. He's going to tuck it and run, and nowhere to go. Stonewalled at the 10-yard line. They'll be forced to punt out of their own end zone. Denzel Lowry and Jordan Garrard took down Burkett.
Good job by the 2 big fellas up front at being able to diagnose and get a feel for that offensive line. They did that on the previous 3rd down. This time they didn't rush up the field too far. They stayed home and were able to secure the tackle.
Jacob Baker in his end zone to punt this one. Colin Lacey already 1 punt return for a touchdown. Awaiting in midfield. End over end. Lacey's going to field this one and go. Huge amount of room on the right side. Down the sideline and tripped up inside the 20 by the punter, Jacob Baker. And Louisville will start in the red zone. A flag on the play, though.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 15. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Antonio Meeks. So we'll step aside. They'll move Louisville back, but still in complete control, up 4 touchdowns.
You see Isaac Brown there, 1-cut runner. He doesn't waste any time getting to where he needs to get to. And then you see the very sly shoulder move there to get past the defenders, and he accelerates through contact. That's what I love most about this kid.
Here comes Moss, back to the air, takes a deep shot into the end zone. Touchdown! Duke Watson out of the backfield. You see one running back taking off and scoring on the ground, and another through the air.
They said we need to get Duke Watson involved. There he goes, sneaks out the backfield, and it's just a foot race to the end zone, and they like Duke every day of the week.
First pass TD for Miller Moss today. He's got 1 on the ground. Cooper Ranvier for the extra point. And that one just slips through the upright. So, Rod, we saw earlier the highlight package of Isaac Brown and what he was able to accomplish. 126 yards on the ground in the first quarter. And first Louisville player to do that since Malik Cunningham back in 2021. And now we've seen the other half of the dynamic duo.
Yes, they're 1-2 punch, and it's a knockout punch when they do it right. And right now they're putting on a clinic in the run game, pass game, and this is the start that you want to see, not only if you're Jeff Braun, but if you're Miller Moss. That's only going to make your job that much easier.
One of the question marks that the coaches were telling us about was the offensive line. Collectively, they have a ton of experience, but elsewhere, they don't have that experience together. So how would you assess the offensive line thus far in this one?
They're doing everything that they need to do. They're making their presence felt in this football game. And I know Isaac Brown is getting all of the glory, but the big men up front are doing their job in a very effective way, and they should be proud.
And this one through the end zone. Nick Keller boots that one. There's the O-line right there. Those big dudes been eating.
Yes, you talked about it. The experience together is lacking, but they wanted to see exactly how they were going to present themselves on this first game. And we all talk about our tape as football players, and they wear their tape with pride. And I think within this first couple quarters, they'll like the results and the tape that they see when they watch film.
They've been rotating guys in and out. 7 guys that we've noticed. Jalen Montgomery in the backfield now for Burkett and company as they trail 35-0. Montgomery, the change of pace back, picks up 2. Defensively, this is a unit that we've seen them pressure Burkett. They've handled the run pretty well. This EKU team has 2 good running backs who do different things, but the defense, which struggled last year, has played very well.
Yeah, they have. They've done their job.
So it'll be 2nd and 8. They're showing blitz. Montgomery again runs right into the pile.
Montgomery, the ball carrier.
And he'll get to the 30. Gain of 3 on the play. TJ Capers and Jordan Garrod there first. So 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, this defense, again, they've been doing their job all day, like you said, George, getting the ball back to their offense. And here they are in another 3rd down situation. And their defensive linemen, they're licking their chops right now because they've been living in the backfield.
Lubin, who has 2 sacks, is back in the game. You see him at the bottom of your screen on the D-line. Burkett on 3rd and 5. Quick throw, incomplete, wide of the mark, intended for his tight end, Caleb Schlachter, and the Colonels will be forced to punt again.
I like the throw by Burkett because he got the ball out on time. I think he caught his tight end there by surprise, and that's something that they have to continue to work through, but he found the right man. They showed man-to-man, they bailed into a zone, and he found him. Just got to stick it on him.
Jacob Baker, who saved a touchdown earlier, although called back by a penalty on Antonio Meeks, but Lacey has been electric here in the return game. End over end punt. Lacey will field it and wrapped up immediately inside the 35. Blake Howard took him down. 37-yard punt. So Miller Moss and company have come out and had plenty of success, but let's focus on Moss for a second. How would you assess his day thus far?
Miller Moss has done everything that his team has needed him to do, and that is what you want to see out of your quarterback. Don't force anything, just take what the defense is giving you, and that's what Miller Moss is doing.
Moss having a day for sure. 8 of 13, 130 yards. 4 receivers out here for Moss. And a quick toss wide open on the boundary is Kylan Lacey, and he gets into EKU territory for a 1st down. Down to the 49.
The EKU defense, there were 2 defenders chasing the same wide receiver, leaving Kylan Lacey open in the flats.
You can't leave that guy open. I know Chris Bell is great, and he's their #1 guy, but Lacey, with his speed, no way.
That's the wrong guy.
Moss again. Tosses it to Brown, and Brown taken down by a number of defenders at the 40. He picks up 9 yards.
I know this EKU defense is fatigued right now. They've been out on the field a lot. They have to find a way to continue to rally and make a play.
2nd and 1. They hand it off again. Pick up the 1st down as they get to the 36-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play.
Now they're going a little up tempo. Like I said, the EKU, they know they've been out there a long time today.
Trying to finish the deal here. Moss to the boundary again, and that one juggled out of bounds by Colin Lacey.
There seems to be some level of confusion on that EKU defense because that is the same route they ran a couple plays ago where Colin Lacey was wide open. Just a simple slant flat concept, and again, nobody's there in the flat.
I'll try to fix that for them. Cover 5. Okay, no matter what, make sure you cover number 5.
Yeah, it seems that the flat defender is getting rubbed as they're running these slants.
Panarello in there at the fullback. Moss again to the boundary, this time to Chris Bell. He connects with Bell. And pushed out of bounds, has enough for a first down on that 4th down play. Oh, a flag on the play.
The result of the play is a first down. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 0, his first. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So Chris Bell picks up the personal foul.
Yeah, one of the leaders on this offense, and it's not very uncharacteristic of him. That's not what you want to see from guys like Chris Bell.
I don't know. What did that look like?
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Maybe he said something.
It may have been some conversation shared and a little slight bump just to let you know I'm here.
70 yards in penalties for the Cardinals. Moss fakes the toss, avoids the pressure, directing traffic, and then smartly just throws it at the feet of his receiver, Kewan Brown. So incomplete, 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, those are the penalties, though, that we were talking about. Jeff Brown, he's going to evaluate those very closely because as you get into the fold of the season, penalties will allow you to lose games.
Two tight ends out there for the Cardinals. Moss, play action, all day to throw. Checks it down to Kewan Brown. Brown breaks a tackle, gets the 30, 20. He's going to go walking to the end zone for a touchdown. But a flag on the play at the 8-yard line. $38-yard score if it holds.
There are fouls by both teams. Prior to the pass, holding defense number 11, holding offense number 3. Those fouls offset. 2nd down.
So we're doing it over again. DJ Galva and Dakari Collins with the infractions for EKU and Louisville respectively.
Another big play negated by, guess what? A penalty.
Well, we know what Jeff Brown's going to harp on in the locker room, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you want to be a championship team, those errors and mistakes, they're unacceptable.
Second and 10 for Moss, under center. Play action, Moss fires over the middle and connects there with Bell. Has it up for the first down as he gets down to the 22-yard line. 16-yard gain.
Yeah, I saw this play at practice yesterday. It's a simple bang 8 concept. Get the linebackers up because you show the flash fake a run. You find Chris Bell over the middle. The way the Cardinals have been running today, I don't blame EKU's linebackers for stepping up.
Louisville moving the ball with ease. Been their own worst enemy, as you pointed out, Rod. Moss pulls, fires to the right side to Bell. Bell cutting back inside and taken down at the 7-yard line. 15-yard gain and another first down.
The identity of this drive seems to be Miller Moss and Chris Bell. They're really establishing their relationship right now. He's finding him in every part of the field.
Keywan Brown back in there. Moss with 201 yards in the air. Brown again. Brown down near the goal line, down to the 1. 6-yard gain. So 2nd and goal from the 1. Rasheed Miller got a nice push to help Brown. The right guard.
Yeah, George, we talked about this offensive lineman. I just saw an offensive lineman all the way in the back of the end zone finishing their blocks. That's what you want to see.
And again, the fullback, Jackson Panarello, is in there. Offset eye. Brown plunges into the end zone, punctuates the drive with another touchdown. Keywan Brown. So now Isaac Brown has 2 scores, Duke Watson has a score, and Keywan Brown gets his 2.
Spreading the wealth. They have a lot of talent on this team, and you never know whose day is going to be. And right now, all 3 running backs are getting involved.
Now Nick Keller checking in. He's been on kickoffs. Will kick the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. Bad snap. And Keller does not get the conversion.
Yeah, you can take nothing for granted. Just seems like that was a bad snap. The holder did their best to get it up in time, but failed to do so. Result is no good.
Again, hard to nitpick when you're up 41-0, but again, more fuel for Jeff Brom and the coaching staff,
Yeah,
right?
Yes, absolutely.
Look at his face. He's not thrilled about that.
Yeah, those meetings, he's not even going to come in and praise you for this score right now. He's going to point out immediately penalties and what we did to take points away, and honestly, to put ourselves in harm's way and not be the best version of ourselves. Those would be the points of emphasis come team meeting time.
41-0, Nick Keller out there again. It's time to kick it off, as he's done all game. And he boots that one out of the end zone. Here's the preseason poll from the ACC. The media votes on this. They had Louisville at 5. Did the media get this right, Rod?
It's a fair evaluation. I think there's a lot of questions like we talked about earlier with the defense of Louisville. We know the skill sets that they possess, but I think this speaks more to the, if I'm being honest, the quarterback that exists for each team. It's you got Clemson, you got Klubnik, you got Beck, you got Kevin Jennings, Haynes King, and you got Miller Moss. That could be a little foresight into how they see the leaders that'll be taking the ball every game.
EKU now here. Don't forget Darian Mensah was number 6, who is highly touted as a transfer to Duke. On time over the middle and complete for a first down. EKU still going and dragging defenders is Jaden West. A 21-yard gain, and they're just trying to get anything positive heading into the locker room.
Correct. At EKU, a good timing throw to his receiver on that play.
That's Burkett's first completion of the game. First and 10 for Burkett from his own 46. Latham trying to squeeze through the line, but only a gain of 1 on the play.
I might want to see Burkett pull one of these. They've been running a lot of zone read today, and he's handed it off every time. You just want to present that option and dilemma for that defense.
2-minute timeout. Louisville in control. EKU just trying to put up something on the board. All right, Kelsey, we can't wait to hear what Coach Rick has to say and that analogy. 2nd and 10 here for the Colonels. Latham on the other side trying to bounce off defenders, now pushing the pile, rugby style. And he's taken down by TJ Quinn, 3-yard gain. So 3rd down upcoming here, Rod.
Yeah, they're in better position than they've been in majority of the day here. Miles Burkett, get the ball out your hands. Find your guy. Kyle-wise, if he's in the game, it doesn't look like it, but it looks to me like they're coming out in some sort of pass protection look. 2 tight ends up on the left-hand side.
3rd and 5. Could be 4 down territory for EKU here if they want to get on the board. Latham met in the backfield. No gain on that play. Met immediately by McCullough. And EKU will be forced to punt.
Really good, strong tackle there. This wrapping around the legs. McCullough does a real good job at finishing. Textbook.
Let me ask you this. If you're EKU, you're down 41-0. There's 47 seconds left in the half. Why not just go for it here? Or, well, actually, they just put some more time back in the clock. It's 1:09. But why not go back? Why not go out there and run the offense out there?
Yeah, honestly, that is exactly what I would do. But they want to put their defense in harm's way, giving them a short field. So coaches electing to punt the ball. I would have loved to see a little more aggressiveness out of that 3rd down call. I really thought the personnel grouping that they put out there, they put them in position to pass block to give the quarterback more time rather than a run.
So the Cardinals out there, Colin Lacey again to field it at the moment inside his 10 as he awaits. Had a 93-yard punt return for a touchdown earlier. Watch a fake here, maybe. Ooh, and they almost got that one. End over end, Lacey will fair catch that one at his 10. Micah Carter almost got to that one. Tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern, the ACC Huddle crew will be in Miami for a 1-hour pregame show to get you ready for the Canes hosting the Irish. That game will be on ABC at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. And Monday at 7, they'll be in Chapel Hill, setting the stage for Bill Belichick's debut as the Tar Heels head coach. That one's on ESPN at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Both will also be available on the all-new ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Are you excited for Chapel Bill?
That's what they're calling them nowadays, right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Bill Belichick in the college stadium. He's going to have his team prepared.
1:01 on the clock here for Louisville. Moss to the air. Over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Chris Bell. Good defense there by Rashad Hentz. That's the 2nd time he's knocked one away.
Pass interference.
But a flag.
Defense, number 21. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
And they'll say too good a defense, apparently, because he got there early.
Yeah, Rashad Hentz, he's up in Chris Bell's face. He's challenging him.
There.
But at the top of the route, he's got to let that left arm go. That's back on the shoulder pads of Chris Bell, preventing him from coming forward.
Now, is Bell also, he's latched onto him as well, but The DB's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and I don't think it was the early downs.
Picked off by EKU, and they're going to walk it in for a touchdown. Vito Tisdale Jr. And the Cardinals finally get on the board. A miscue there by Trayshawn Hurry. Ball a little high, couldn't haul it in, and the Cardinals finally get some points.
Yeah, why not show up big on defense? I like it. Vito Tisdale, experienced defensive back. He's just right there in the right spot, just doing his job. And the reward is 6.
So Buzz Flaviano with the extra point. Quade Luganville with the hold. The extra point is up and good. So Lugs gets to see his son hold on that one. And the Colonels get on the board. Let's check in with Victoria.
Luganville is making his debut for Eastern Kentucky. He is the son of our friend and teammate, Tom Luganville. It is great to see his son in action out there, but Lugs is actually out in the studio, and we're going to see him at halftime.
We will see him and hear from him, and I'm still awaiting. I can't wait after the way Kelsey and Lugs and Coach Rick reacted a few moments ago about what Coach Rick was going to analogize here on this first half. But there's Quade and his dad, Pops Tom Luganville, our analyst here on ACC Network. I would say Quade better looking than Lugs, though, the young man. Clearly gets his looks from mom. Kewan Brown is the up man, and Colin Lacey back there as well to receive for Louisville. So more ammunition for Jeff Brom after the pick 6 and the bevy of penalties here, but nonetheless in control. Again, coaches are just always looking for something for sure.
Yeah.
This one bounces into the end zone.
They're going to talk about the turnover too.
Yeah,
Miller
for sure.
Moss had a chance there with a 2-minute drive, and it's stalled by a throw and a drop.
Do you think that, I know we've been making the comments about Coach Brom wanting to get on guys for something. Do you believe that coaches are always looking for something to nitpick?
I believe so. You can't allow your team to think that they have it all together, especially week 1 of the college football season. I'm coming in with bullets of what we need to do to improve.
50 seconds to go. 2 timeouts for Louisville. Kewan Brown on the left hip of Miller Moss. Oh, a pop pass here on the end around, and down near the 30 is Colin Lacey. Let's check in with Victoria.
Coach Brom about things that they wanted to improve in the offseason going into this season, and based off of the losses last year, he said, quote, they wanted to work on getting rid of their dumb penalties. And, well, I guess from what we're seeing out there, that's something they still need to be working on.
Can't check that one off the list, Victoria, that's for sure. It's the one flaw they've had today. Moss all day to the sideline to Meeks, and Meeks picks up the first down as he's taken down at the 44-yard line by Caden Smith. So Louisville, 36 seconds. They will stop the clock momentarily while they reset the chains. Moss trying to gather everybody, bark out the plays. And we have whistles here. Justin Elliott, our lead official, will clarify for us.
Please reset the game clock to 32 and start it on my signal. Thank you.
It's a little home cooking with an extra second, apparently. Moss, 220 yards in the first half, passing. And trying to add to that total at the moment to Kewan Brown. Brown picks up about 3.5 yards. Jaheim Ward.
Yeah, right there they just did a 3-man levels concept into the boundary. And Miller Moss went through his progressions from high to low, found Kiwan down there.
Moss 220 yards, as I mentioned, and counting. So 223 is a career high in the first half. Moss wants it all for Meeks. Over the shoulder grab. No, it pops up and picked off by Vito Tisdale again. Tisdale on the move, headed towards the sideline and out of bounds in Louisville territory. That one, tough luck again for the quarterback, but Meeks couldn't haul it in, and it popped in the air. Tisdale, right man on the spot there.
Now, George, I know you don't know much, but Jaheim Ward really made that play happen. And Vito Tisdale right there again in the right spot. But the range of number 9, Jaheim Ward, you saw in that picture, he mirrored Miller Moss on his mechanics. He looked left a little too long. He broke, he believed it, and he had the speed to get over there to make a big hit on a wide receiver, Meeks.
So EKU does have 3 timeouts here. A return of 43 yards on the second interception of the first half. Burkett. And we've got movement up front.
Full start. Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Liam Coppinger. And when you're trying to take advantage of a situation here with very little time on the clock, that's just unacceptable.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the deep tackle moved or it was the offensive line personally, but they said that the guard flinched.
Burkett changing the play. They'll go conservative here, and wrapped up immediately is the running back, Braden Latham. And that'll do it for the first half. So